Welcome back to Podcast Name, where we dive into technology and innovation in a way that's both engaging and informative. Today, we're exploring a fascinating hobby project that combines networking hardware with the powerful capabilities of Terraform, a tool that's been making waves in the DevOps community. So, what are we talking about? Well, picture this. You have HRUI switches, hardware devices that manage network configurations, all wrapped up in a clean web-based interface. And someone has taken their passion for network management a step further by developing a Terraform provider specifically for these HRUI switches. How cool is that? Now let's break this down a bit. For those who might not be familiar, Terraform is a tool for building, changing, and versioning infrastructure safely and efficiently. And this provider allows you to automate the management of HRUI switches right from your Terraform scripts. For the tech enthusiasts out there, how does that sound? It's like having the power of orchestration at your fingertips. The project is built on a specific model of switch, the Horaco ZX SWTG124AS. But interestingly, it's not just limited to that brand. Other models, such as the Sodola and XikeStor, are also compatible, which adds a layer of flexibility for users. It's always intriguing to see how various brands can share similar hardware. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of getting started with this provider. If you're interested in diving right into it, the first step is to configure the provider in your Terraform setup. For instance, you'd specify the provider like this: Terraform required providers HR equals source equals /hrui, version equals 0.1.0-alpha.1, provider HRUI, URL equal to 162.1, username equals admin. The password can be set in HRUI password environment variable. Sounds technical, right? But don't worry, it's easier than it looks. You have to set the URL for your switch and provide your admin credentials. That way, you can manage your network settings without jumping through hoops. Just to clarify, you can check out the examples folder in the project for usage of different resources and data sources. That's a great way to see what you can do with it right off the bat. And here's a little invitation for our listeners. If you have ideas, questions, or want to contribute to this project, it's open for collaboration. The guidelines are laid out for anyone who's interested, which is always exciting in the open source community. So before we wrap up our discussion, let's touch on the licensing aspect. This provider is licensed under the MPL 2.0 license, encouraging sharing and modifications. Isn't it inspiring to see how open source projects can thrive on community contributions and collaboration? As we close, think about this. How might automating your network management affect your day-to-day operations? Could this lead to new efficiencies or innovations in your workflow? Well, that's a wrap for today's episode. We hope you found this insight into the world of Terraform and HRUI switches both engaging and informative. Don't forget to check out the documentation and consider diving into this provider to streamline your own projects. Until next time, keep innovating, and we'll catch you in the next episode of Podcast Name.